What's up, YouTube? It's your girl April coming in with another video. Thank you all for coming to my YouTube channel. Make sure you like this video, comment, and definitely hit that subscribe button, as I will be sharing new content with you all about myself, my story, and the things that I experienced in my life. I know you all is wondering about this title. Well, yes, my baby daddy is married. Oh my God. I would like to make a long story short, but this is not a short story. So, I'm going to tell you about the title, but I need to tell you a little bit about myself so I can bring you up to speed, and then that way I can, explain the details about the title. Okay, I was born in Miami, Florida. I am a mother now of 3 children. However, I was a mother of 2 daughters for a very long time. I'ma just say that, okay? I basically grew up in Miami, experienced a lot of things in my life. You guys can definitely check out my book, Who is April Wilson, to, hear my story. I can talk about a lot of things, but I'm just gonna keep it very simple. Where's my water? I thought I had brought me a water in here. Me and my 2 daughters relocated to Alabama, January 2011, okay? And in October of 2011, we relocated to Macon, Georgia, okay? So I got to Macon, Georgia. I stayed in Macon total 6 years, okay? Fast forward, 2015. I got to say this first because I think that this definitely goes with the story. Y'all got to excuse me. Let me get my water, and I have my baby over here, and this is just a live video, so y'all stay tuned. Hold up, let me get my water. What you doing, big boy? I see you over there. In 2015, the ending of 2015, I came in contact, this was actually my second time coming in contact with this company. However, this second time around, which is the end of 2015, so fast forward 2016, right now I'm selling health and wellness products, okay? So 2016, I go to this flea market in Macon. It's an outdoor flea market where a lot of people go there to sell things, okay? And you can network with people and, make some money. Okay, I go there and set up my table. I sold, network, talking to people and all of this and all that. I was selling. I met this guy that was actually selling as well. Make a long story short, I'm gonna try to make this part kind of short, but it's not a short story. That day passed. Go on about our business. I come there again. So I came to this location, to this flea market, a few times to sell. And every time I came to this location to sell, this guy was here. You understand? He was here, and along with him, I don't know if I noticed it the first time that I met him, that he had his daughter. Say hi. My name is Samaj. This is Samaj. This is my son. He's 3 months. Okay. So like I say, I don't remember if she was with him the first time. So as time progressed, I began to see him more, and I see her too as well. So, I would talk to her, she would come over to my table. She was, a little girl, appears to be special needs. Icy, I remember buying her Icy a couple of times, because it used to be very hot there. So that was that. And at one point I stopped going, but I did meet him there. I don't remember if I got his phone number there. I really don't. I think that, so moving forward, I stopped going for a little while. I just met them, seen them, talked to them. I was working part-time, and I was going to school. I was outside walking in the parking lot, and I happened to run into the guy again, and he was actually driving the school van. So I was like, we spoke to each other. Hey, how you doing? I remember saying, hey, man, you said you was going to get some tea. He said, you going to get, okay, yeah, I'm going to get some, okay. So I was like, you know, if I make it for you, it's gonna be $25, and if you make it yourself, it's $20. He was like, man, make the tea for me. Basically, I made the tea for him, and he still paid $20. He didn't want to pay the $25. So I go home, make the tea. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I think that's when I got his phone number. We exchanged each other phone numbers. I go make the tea. You know, we meet back up to actually, you know, drop the tea off. I followed back up with him about the tea. You know, he liked the tea or whatever. And so we pretty much stayed in contact at that point. My mouth is dry. We would see each other, you know what I'm saying, around the school. It was just passing, though. Quick conversation, but it was nothing. Moving forward, 2016. Okay. 2016, we know each other, basically, at that point. Moving right along, 2017. This is when the next two situations I remember happened that really stood out for me. Every year has like a concert where people come and perform and vendors set up, okay? So I like to vend, I like to set up, you know what I'm saying, and do things like that. I knew people, and I'm like trying to think of somebody else that can actually, you know, vend with me, because you can split the vending fees. Let me tell them about the event. So I tell them about the event. Hey, they got this event coming up in Macon. They need vendors. You know, you want to do this event. Say, yeah, okay. So we do the event. The 2 days, I'm there, he there, his daughter there, and my youngest daughter was there. And we pretty much was there together at the event, all 4 of us. And, you know, we, of course, talking. I'm talking to the kids. You know, we talking to each other. The kids talking to each other. So we did the event. Okay. That was that. Moving on. We were still cool, you know. So moving on, my church was having a home buyers class where you can actually receive a certificate at the end of this home buyers class. You know what I'm saying? When it's time for you to buy a house, right? So I tell him about the event. That's crazy, right? So I mentioned the event to him. Okay. By this time, we already had known each other for at least a year. When I invited him to the home buyers event, and even in the process of, you know, the tea transaction, the vending event, and the times of seeing him at school or whatever, I noticed that he was married. And like I said, at this point in my life, I wasn't studying no man. I was good. I was focused on myself, my kids, doing me. You feel me? So that was cool. In the process of all of that, he never tried to talk to me. He never acted like he liked me. And I appreciated that. As him being married and not trying to hit on me, because I am beautiful. However, you know, I have had married men hit on me in the past, and he didn't do it. So I was grateful for that. You know, felt really like that was my brother. You know what I'm saying? So come to the event, and he comes by himself. He sit at a different table. I sit at a different table. We both, you know what I'm saying, attended the class, and we both received our certificate at the end. And, you know, that was that. We went on about our business. And I remember I posted the certificate on my Facebook page and everything. So that was that. After that, you know, I chatted with him a couple of times, and I had, in the midst of that, because, okay, I think the home buyers, oh, Lord, this happened so quickly because I moved out of Macon in June 2017. And I just had attended that home buyers class a little bit before I moved, right? Moved to a whole nother state, just took a home buyers class. And so during this time at my life, I was talking about moving. I was talking about moving to Texas. I was like, I'm going to move to Texas. You know, I was doing research about Texas. And then, you know, when you say you want to move somewhere, you start seeing it all the time. So I was seeing like Texas signs all the time. I was just seeing, you know, I was really, you know, thinking about moving to Texas because in 2017, I had already been living in Macon for 6 years. Okay. So now I'm like thinking about moving. You know, I done been up here, me and my kids, you know, we don't have no family up here, which I have met, you know, a lot of people, but both my parents Pat has passed away. May their soul rest in peace. And it's just my siblings in Florida. I kind of had, was getting a little homesick. I had mentioned it to him that I think about moving to Texas. Okay, they didn't think nothing of it. Make a long story short, I end up changing my mind and deciding to move to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which is closer to home, but it's not really where I was born and raised at, okay? However, I've never really hung out in Fort Lauderdale, didn't know nothing about Fort Lauderdale, and so I thought that by it being closer to Miami, it might be good. So let's see, okay? So, June 2017, moved to Florida. Moved to Fort Lauderdale. Okay, when I get in Fort Lauderdale, I ain't know the neighborhood too much. But what I did discover is I live in the hood. Okay, I lived in North Macon in a nice area, very quiet, nice community. Never had any problems in North Macon. Love it out there. So I moved to Fort Lauderdale, get in Fort Lauderdale, realized this is the hood. Living in Florida, he ended up calling me. The guy ended up calling me. Calling me, saying, how you doing, checking on you, whatever. I remember, matter of fact, let me go back. When I told him that I wanted to move these places, he was like, girl, where you want to move? You need to stay your behind here in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? What you want to move for? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So me, I ain't really take it serious. I just pretty much didn't really listen to him because he don't really have influence in my life. So I went on about my business and I moved to Florida. Got to Florida, he ended up calling me like maybe a month or so later, maybe. I don't even remember. And so he called, I remember he called, hey, how you doing down there in Florida, whatever, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good, okay. I'm supposed to come down there. Soon, you know what I'm saying? We supposed to have a family reunion in Florida. I'm going to come holler at you or whatever, okay. Okay. So I pretty much brushed it off and it was nothing. And it never happened. So we didn't talk for a while. So that's 2017, 2018 roll on in. I don't think I heard from him really much during that time. Boom, fast forward. Okay, I ain't gonna fast forward too fast. Around June 2018, I get a job. Okay, when I first got to Fort Lauderdale, I was doing Lyft full time. To make ends meet. So I'm telling you this because it goes with the story. But when I moved to Florida, I had a car that I owned. And make a long story short, I got a rental car. I was in a rental car for a while. And then I ended up getting a car and getting a car payment later on down the line. We'll get back to that. So June 2018 come, I get a job. At first I was doing Lyft, but then I got a job working for Quest Diagnostics. Okay, I'm working there. The schedule is 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., okay? Now, mind you, I'm living in a neighborhood it's the hood. Prostitution going on, drugs around, killings around, shooting around. I'm living in the hood right now, okay? However, I'm dealing with it, I'm getting through it, and, it's all good. A little bit. I'm trying to find, okay, so I get the, I'm trying to stay on track with this story, Lord Jesus. So, I'm in Florida. I'm in 2018. I get a job working for Quest. I work for Quest. My schedule is from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. at night, Monday through Friday. Okay, I'm seeing my kids one time a day. I worked this job for like 4 months, and because I had to quit. My kids was failing behind in their grades. They was home by themselves all night. You know what I'm saying? They saw me one time a day. It just was weighing on them and myself as well. Quit the job, have a car payment, and I was still doing Lyft, to survive and stuff like that. I started back doing Lyft. And, okay, fast forward. We're going to fast on forward now. Christmas come. All that is could be strenuous. Okay, I'm going to say that. Okay, New Year come. 2019. Let me bring y'all up to speed. Now I'm bringing y'all up to the story. Stay on task. My baby daddy is married. Okay? Stay on task. All right? So 2019 come. I'm about to file my taxes. I filed my taxes. Make a long story short, my income tax money had got delayed because the young lady that did my taxes did something incorrectly. Okay, it delayed my taxes. Now, you know, tax time is really like the time where people like to catch up on some things or pay. You know what it is. Okay, so now that my taxes is not coming, I don't know what I'm finna do now because my car payment is due. I don't know what I'm finna do. Fast forward. February, March, April. Boom. April 2019 come. I get invited to this fundraising gala. Okay. Dressed up really nice. Black tie event. I'm looking good. All honesty, I took a picture. I posted on Facebook. That was the changing of my life right there. I post this picture on Facebook. Next thing you know, I get a call. Just like this, y'all. I'm like, the heck he won't. At this time in my life, I got depressed after I had to quit that job. Because here I am. Y'all pause that minute. Pause that now. Pause the call. But here I am, you know. I'm a single mom. Which I ain't trying to make no sad story, but, you know, I grew up in my life without a lot of guidance. My daddy died when I was 12, and my mama died when I was 21. So, and I had my first daughter when I was 21, and my second daughter when I was 24. And I raised my two daughters by myself with no fathers. They have no, you know, their fathers wasn't in their life. I struggled for a very long time raising them by myself. I was on and off jobs. You know, I just did whatever I could to make ends meet, to survive and take care of my kids, even relocating from Florida to Alabama to Georgia, all that, you know what I'm saying, by myself. Fell into a depression because it was like I tried everything, you know what I'm saying? I tried everything that I can try. I did everything that I can do, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, that's how I felt. So, you know, I was just fed up with trying to just survive, like, for real. So, dang, I did not mean to tear up. So, April 2019 come. And the guy called, and, you know, he like, hey, you know, how you doing, girl? You know, I see you down there on Facebook, you know, posting pictures or whatever. And I'm like, okay, like, you feel me? So I didn't post the picture to get a call. You know what I'm saying? Him just calling me out of all people, like, at that time. I ain't heard from him in a while. And it was, you know, so anyway, we talked. And I remember saying to him, call me on FaceTime, man, you know, because that's how I am. I'm like sister, like, you know what I'm saying? Call me on FaceTime, man. You know, I got an iPhone now. I remember telling him that because I didn't have an iPhone in the past. And I really wasn't an iPhone person. You know how that goes. My kids like iPhones. They got me on these iPhones. So anyways, okay. So I'm like, so he hit the FaceTime immediately. So we talking, you know, we talking. I'm going to take a deep breath. From that day, I got a call every single day. Every single day. And looking back, maybe I had a little bit too much time on my hand. I shouldn't even gave him the time of the day. I'm just being real. But, you know, you don't really be thinking about stuff, I guess, sometimes till you sit back and look back. Okay? We would stay on the phone for hours a day. You know, was telling me about his situation. Well, you know, I'm getting a divorce. You know, I don't live at the house no more. You know, just starting to tell me about his marital issues. And even in the past, when we knew each other, I never asked him about his wife, never saw her, never knew her name, never knew anything about her. honestly. And I never knew much about him either. From what I just saw, you know, the times that we met up and saw each other for different occasions and events. And I'm going to just say this, and it is what it is. But she's a white lady. He's a black man. And he referred to her as a trailer park white woman. I'm just being honest. Y'all know what it is when you talk about trailer park. Okay? Hold that thought right there, too. Okay? He tell me about they issues that they had been having or whatever. Certain things, I guess, what he wanted me to know, right? At this time, he's living in a house that apparently he brought, and he's going to fix it up eventually, but he's living there. He said he had been living over there for about 2 months, I think. We was talking on the phone every day. He's telling me about his daughter, telling me about things that she had been going through, you know, behavior issues. I remember him saying a few times, I just dropped her off and the school calling me already. Like he had to, you know, you got to hold on because the school calling. And he done said that a few times as we done been on the phone. So he telling me about his daughter, you know, and the issues that she had been having in school. But still, you know, you don't really know a situation until you actually get in it, right? Okay. So, okay, I'm hearing all of that. Like I said, at that stage in my life, I was pretty much depressed. I didn't know what my next move was gonna be. I was living in the hood. My kids was failing behind in their grades. I didn't know what was next for me. And that's just the state that I was in. I'm just taking y'all on my journey as I heal and learn and grow and become a better woman for myself, okay? And that's real. That's where I was at in my life. And me and him was talking, and he was at that place in his life where, you know, he was talking about getting a divorce, and that was what he had to do, and that was he was gonna do. And okay, we talking about all of that. So he reminded me that I said I wanted to move to Texas. So he was like, man, I've been thinking about moving to Texas, man. I'm thinking about moving to Texas. I'm like, what? Really? Remember you said you were going to move to Texas? Come to Texas with me, man. Come to Texas with me. I'm like, come to Texas with you? What the heck? Like, you know, so I'm like, he like, you know, man, I got a friend out there. You know, we can go out there, check it out. You know, I need help with my daughter. You know, I help you with your kids. I'm going to work. I'm going to do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? You just help me with my daughter. I help you with your kids. We do it like that. So, I'm like, you know, it did, like, catch me by surprise, like, for somebody to ask you to do such a big thing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, move to Texas, like, what the heck, you know? Like, you know, and so he was very serious. He was very adamant. And he was really, really serious about what he was saying. And so I was really, like I said, and me personally, I'm a risk taker. I'll try something. I'll step out on faith and, you know, do something. And I think that he asked me, and I said, oh, so, you know, I'm like, okay, like, you know, I'm getting this divorce, you know, he talking like that, and I'm going to get this divorce, man, I'm going to move on with my life, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, let's, hey, what do I have to lose? Move back to the hood after my car's about to get repoed, my income tax didn't come, I had to quit my job. What do I have to lose? You feel me? I'm being honest. So, he was calling every day, wasn't taking no for an answer. Like, I remember him saying, you coming with me? Like, what? I'm like, whew. You know, that was serious. I'm telling you. So, you know, like, okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, so even like in the midst of us talking, he was like, you know, I'm gonna come down there and visit you and this and that, and okay. So He come. We, like I said, we talking on the phone every day. And when I look back, we was on the phone for weeks. Because I remember it was the beginning of the month when I posted that picture. I think it's around April 2nd. From April 2nd, 2019, we talked every single day up until 2 weeks later, after we started talking, he came to visit me. And him and his daughter. And me, him and the kids, we went, you know what I'm saying? I hang out to the beach. You know, we just went out. He ain't never had been in Fort Lauderdale. So I pretty much showed him around, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, after him, you know, talking about everything, his situation, we talking about a lot of things. And, you know, his situation and what he was planning on doing. And, you know, he was wanted to come visit me and, you know, and talking like that. So, you know, we hung out. He went on back to Georgia. Y'all got to be honest. Y'all know I can't lie. But I ain't even gonna lie. I did give him some. God, that's bad. That is the worst thing I could have did. Why did I do that? Y'all. I know a lot of people gonna judge me for this. However, it don't even matter at this point, okay? Because life is life, okay? However, I shouldn't have gave him none. But he went on back and we would still be on the phone. We would be talking. Now we're rolling on into May. He's making sure that I don't change my mind. That's what he said. I'll make sure you don't change your mind. He called me every day. We would be on the phone every day. I felt like we was in high school again. Well, I know now that my car is about to get repoed. I'm living in the hood. Folks smoking drugs next door. If you walk down the street, they think you prostituting. You know, I'm really in the hood. And this is not what I want. And this is not what I'm going to settle for. And like I said, I'm a risk taker. I'm willing to try something. I ain't even going to lie. So when he came talking like that just, when I look back now, it seemed like it was really what I thought I needed at that time. Like I said, I had been tired of just being a single mom, just tired of doing it by myself. And when he was talking like, you know, I will work, you just take care of, help me with my daughter, you know what I'm saying? And, I help you with your kids. And, that was like what I needed to hear at that time, because that's where I was at, And to be honest with you, you saying you getting a divorce, so that's just awesome and amazing. You getting a divorce. Oh, okay. Well, at least I know that I'm not the reason you getting it. Is that wrong or what? But for real, at least I know that I'm not the reason that you getting a divorce. So, okay, so that's what you're gonna do. Okay, well, all right. So in my mind, he's asking me to move to Texas. However, I feel like I had to get back to Georgia first. That was my first way, of thinking. That's what I'm gonna do. I said, yeah, okay, well, hey, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot and see. Who never knows what the other side gonna bring. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. So y'all excuse my squeaky chair. This is live and uncut, okay? Yes. To me telling my story about my baby daddy is married. This is real, y'all. This story is really, something serious. And I believe that, a lot of people will be blessed off of this. A lot of people will judge me for this. But at the end of the day, this is real life, real situations happen. And that's just what it is. I was already packing up my house, really doing this. Like my kids, look, my kids say now when we talk about it, my kids Mama, we was like, what? We moving? Like, what the heck? What? All of a sudden, you know? Honey, I ain't even gonna lie. That neighborhood scared me more than anything. I'm like, man, I'm back in the hood. Man, I ain't trying to raise my daughters in this type of environment. And I meant that. I meant that. So here we is in May. They come and get the car. I think that weekend, I packed up my whole house, y'all. Now, mind you, I was on Section 8 at the time. I had my voucher from 2010. Okay? 2010, I got my voucher. 2011, I moved to Alabama. 2012, the same year in 2011, I moved to Macon. So I had my voucher when I got to Macon. I had my voucher when I got to Fort Lauderdale. If y'all don't know what a voucher is basically a Section 8 voucher is when the government basically help you with your rent. Government assistance for your rent, okay? Now, it's May, right? It's May, and school is about to be out. That's another reason why I did it as well, because it was finna be summer. A few days later, he on the way to come and get us. Mind you, my lease wasn't up. My lease is up around July. In July is when I am able to port out. Y'all know what that means. If y'all know, port out, that means I'm able to transfer it to and from another state if I decide. And that means that I can renew the lease, stay there if I decide to as well, right? Well, that was in July. May is when we moved out. Hey guys, I am back. So I'm going to start off where I left off. And basically, we moved out the end of May 2019. So like I said, I packed up my house that weekend after my car got repoed. Packed it up to the empty up. And he came down there with a trailer, a truck with a trailer on the back, and whatever we can fit on that trailer is what we fitted on that trailer. So when we drove back to Georgia. He drove back to Georgia. And we pulled up to a house. Now, mind you, I've been on FaceTime with him. And I told him to let me see the house. But he ain't really show it. Now when I'm thinking back, he ain't really show me the house really good so I can get a good look at it. I gotta pause for a minute, y'all. We pull up to this house, right? That's what I call it. Okay. When we pulled up to that house, my jaws dropped to the floor. I was like, listen, I got out. I walked in that house. Well, as I was walking up, I feel like I was in a freaking horror movie, okay? I get up. I go in the house. I walked in and did a whole turnaround. I walked back outside. When I tell you, me and my kids slept in the van, in the truck that night. I was like, oh my God. I'm a risk taker, all right? Lord Jesus. That house was so ugly. I lived in this house for 1 month. I could not cook in the kitchen, and I never brushed my teeth in there. We cooked on a hot plate. Well, I cooked on a hot plate on the porch. When I tell you the house was crazy, it was ugly. It was ugly. It was, I don't even know how somebody even lived in there. I should have I should have took my butt back to Florida and sorted my stuff back in my house. But at that point, I was like, oh my God, I cannot go back. So I dealt with it. For 1 month, I dealt with it, y'all. 1 month. He's going to work. Whilst he going to work, I'm watching his daughter, just looking after the kids. At that point, I was pretty much really focused on stability, because I know that, when your household is not stable, it's hard to focus and think about a lot of different things. I wasn't thinking about Texas. I wasn't thinking about none of that. I was just thinking about right now, this situation, this house, how we going to manage and maintain in here. I can't leave them here by themselves. I can't, this is not that type of house. You know what I'm saying? So I pretty much sat down and like I said, it was the summer. So I'm there with them, and we lived there for that month. And after that, right, I said we got to Georgia the end of May. Okay, so let's say we lived in that house the month of June. So now July, I guess, he went around looking for a place or whatever. Long story short, he got a place for us in a gated community. July the 1st, 2019, we get in here. And, we went through that. When I tell you, like, living in that house was, like, really painful, though. I'm just kind of brushing over it. But I'll cry mostly every day. That house challenged me. And the thought of even, sacrificing my daughter's, room. They always used to have in their own room and stuff. That was challenging. So for me to be going through this right now, trust me, okay? So I'm going to keep telling y'all the story. We move in a new place, gated community. That's when you pretty much starting to see things. I forgot to mention to y'all that as we was living in the house, we ended up traveling to Texas. He ended up applying for a job. He got an interview. We flew out there to Texas to see how things looked and everything. And we stayed out there for like a week. And then we came on back. But, after going out there, I just wasn't willing to make such a huge step. I'll just stay in Georgia since I'm already familiar with the area. But stay tuned, to be continued. Thank you all for coming to my YouTube channel. I appreciate y'all. Like this video, subscribe on this video, as I will be sharing more of my story with you all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.